Hi everyone, it's Fairy Witch One here, and today I'm going to answer a question that I saw on a Facebook group, which was, if you work with the fairies, how do you work with them? So, being as I work a lot with the fairies, I thought this would be a brilliant chance for me to do this. So anyway, working with the fairies, because I am Wiccan, I incorporate working with fairies into my Wiccan practice. Because you can focusly work with the fairies, so you can do it all separately and just work with the fairies and do witchcraft with the fairies. You can cast fairy circles and you can just completely and utterly work towards that. Now, the fairy circle consists of 5 different coloured candles, whereas when you light, and you don't have to honour the watchtowers or your quarters, whereas when you do your circle as a Wiccan or witch or pagan, then you honour each quarter. That is not how, well, I don't just do fairy circles. I've actually never cast a fairy circle. I usually incorporate everything into my practice as a Wiccan. So I will cast my circle 3 times with my salt water, my athame, and my incense. So that is the way I do that side of things. But before I even do that side of things, I will sit down. I will think about what the ritual is I want to do, what my intentions are for that ritual, what my outcome I want to happen, and then I will sit down and go through different aspects of each of the elementals, which is the sylphs, the undines, the salamanders, and the gnomes, which is your earth, air, fire, and water, but that is how it's recognised with fairy magic. You're using elementals and the elemental beings, which will be your fairies. Like, for example, the undines, you have mermaids, and the salamanders, there are dragons and that side of things. So you can work with it that way. So like I said, I'll sit down, I'll go through all my intentions, and I'll pick which elemental being is more suited to that intention. So if I wanted any certain outcome, then I'd have to make sure that I had the right elemental working with me, and then I would create a watcher of this being and have them come into the circle with me, and then I'd fill them with my intentions. But I'd also call upon the fairy itself for guidance and assistance in this spell, and I'd infuse everything with the watcher and the Pacific fairy. I have done videos on how to create a watcher, and you can do this for most of your elemental workings. So if you go back through my videos, you can see that it's a good use, and it's a good tool to do. So at a recommendation, I do use watchers quite a lot. They're quite good for protection. But remember, you've got to use the right elementals, and I have done videos on all this, so I'd go back and see it. So yeah, so it's a case of doing a bit of studying and research on the different fairies and the outcomes, because a lot of them can be quite mischievous if you don't use them in the correct way and don't ask for their help in the correct way, because things can go wrong with them. I haven't experienced this yet, but I have heard of a few people of the fairies being quite mischievous with them. But I would recommend to anyone that's looking to start working with fairy magic is to do a lot of research, do a lot of reading, which is what I do, and to understand what you're dealing with, understand each elemental, so you know where to go and where not to go. And I think they're quite good to work with. I enjoy working with them. Some people might think I'm crazy saying that I believe in fairies and I'm like 25 years old, but that's just me. This is how I am, this is how I'm always going to be, and I'm never going to change the way I am, because I'm proud to be who I am, and that will never change. But if anyone else wants any more advice on working with the fairies, just drop me a message on here or contact me on Twitter. So I am available that way, and I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and bless it be. But if you do have any questions, just remember to ask me. So bless it be, everybody.